When's the last time you watched 106 in Park?
Last time it was hot.
What's the weather? What's the weather today, y'all?
When little BowWow was on there.
You got a problem with little BowWow?
I ain't got a problem with little BowWow. Little BowWow got some bomb ass pussy.
Yo, what's up, everyone? This is your boy M3 from my new channel, M3 TV Network, a network that's all about M3. So I want to just start off with my first show, man. Look, I'm gonna be doing like celebrity videos. We're gonna be talking about celebrities, man. You know, hopefully we'll do like a little bit of acting. Excuse like the birds in the background. That's just what it is. But for starts, I want to just talk about, man, this you know, Orlando Brown versus Lil BowWow. So, you know, Orlando Brown was on some type of show, and that show seemed like it's super like low budget, and so I don't even know why they even brought that fool on the show anyways. Orlando Brown, he was like a Disney star, and he became a has-been because he got addicted to like drugs. Allegedly, the drugs that he was on was pretty much methamphetamine, coke, whatever that you could really name that he'd be shooting up. Heroin, that was like definitely like a big one. And so if you look at him like nowadays, look, I think he's like 35, but he looked like he's like 45 to like 55. Like the man, like he's really like, you know, let himself like spiral down. And so anyways, going back, this little show, I think it's called Breakout, I think. So they had an interview with him, and you know, they were just asking him questions about 106 in Park, and his response was like, okay, nonchalant. But then like when they asked him about Lil BowWow, because dude asked him something about like what's the weather like, and he mentioned BowWow's name, and he asked him, do you have a problem with Lil BowWow? And then the dude was like, no, I ain't got a problem with Lil BowWow, but Lil BowWow got some bomb ass you know what. So I'm like thinking about this, and I'm like, dude, like, man, this dude is definitely like on one for sure. And it's really disappointing, man, to see like how like, you know, there's just some, you know, childhood actors that we all grew up and we watching, and we're like, dang, like, you know, we're thinking like this person, because he's been in movies before, he's been on TV shows, man, he was like the voice actors of the Proud Family, the guy was on the That's So Raven show, like, man, he was like the dude back then. And to see him spiral down like that, just making himself look like a buffoon, it's really sad. And so I can't really pull up like the images right now at the moment, but BowWow, right, he responds, and you know, you could take a look at the pictures that I'm about to post up, but in his response, it was more like, okay, like, dang, like, you know, I'm focused on trying to do like a video shoot. I'm trying to put out like a TV show that's out there or a movie. And next thing I know, you know, quote unquote, he's like, I'm trending like on Twitter. And he was like, man, it's funny that people will use my name just for 24 hours of fame. Okay? And then he proceeds and goes on, basically, he has some type of like empathy for the dude, because it's like, dang, man, it's a shame that, you know, the guy had some type of potential going on, but man, drugs is one hell of a mug, and it just keeps you down, bro. So the thing is, man, like, you gotta, man, look, I know, like, as far as like, you know, when you're doing something big, and then all of a sudden, like, life just gets you down. But when it gets you down, what you gonna do about it? Are you gonna just fall back, snort some coke? You know what I mean? Like that? Or are you gonna just pick your ass up, right, and really try to pursue and try to do something different? But I'm telling you, man, like, I mean, look, I don't have the experience as far as like drug addictions, but I know people who has went through that, and they're trying to overcome that. I have family members, I have friends that's overcoming that. And I'm not saying like, you know, hey man, like he has no excuses, but at the same time, like, man, he has to have somebody that's around him to try to give that guy some help, man. But at the same time, you as a person, you gotta want to get that help for yourself. Look, you don't even have to have a drug addiction. You can have an addiction to pornography. You can have an addiction to food, wherever the case is. But man, you gotta do whatever you can, man, to overcome these addictions, these things that's holding you back. So if anything, man, you know, I feel sorry for Orlando Brown. I'm not trying to really like roast and like cap on the boy, man, like that. Like I said, I'm with BowWow. He definitely, like, you know, has some great potential, and it just kind of sucks, like, you know, where he's at. Here's the thing, right? There's other Disney childhood stars that, you know, ended their contract, and, you know, Disney back then, they was running through like that 1970s type of model where it's like, okay, you don't get no residual after your contract ends. You just do a show and you get paid, and that's it. And I think that's probably what kind of ended for him. Because look, That's So Raven, like, you could watch That's So Raven, you could watch Raven Song, you could watch all these shows. But That's So Raven, like, you know, and I think I can't remember a few others that he was in that was part of Disney. Oh yeah, Proud Family, because I mentioned that too. Once those shows will always like continue to air, unless if they get canceled. And even so, like, he will never get that residual. Disney will get that residual because, you know, whoever's watching them are going to constantly support them. You know what I mean? They're going to constantly get that money, that TV money. But for him, he's already done. Now, of course, you know, now these days, Disney has to pay out that residual because that's just what it is. But for these old childhood stars like him, Raven, and a few others, I mean, and Raven, she's still, like, you know, pretty much like relevant. You know, she's still doing Disney shows and all that, so she's staying up afloat. But the other rest, man, like, what I noticed that once you leave Disney and you're completely done, like, it's a wrap for you. You're on like some type of drug, or you're just doing some type of like some type of foolishness. But anyways, thank you for tuning in to M3 TV Network News. Okay, hopefully I'll say that right. But anyways, yeah, tune in next time. Peace.